Ladies and gentlemen, how you all doing? This is Conor.
And I'm Rangru. Hello, hello, hello.
And folks, we're bringing you some nice little brace of games featuring that little lovable scamp, DuroSVK, from HerrRobert's Super League this week. Isn't that right, Rang?
Indeed.
Alright, and actually, where are we duking it out today? And for that matter, who's Duro's opponent in this first game?
Well, we are on Odon River, because this is Odon, and if you look closely, if you just zoom in, there's a river. So, on the left-hand side in blue, we have Corbeau, who's playing as the 101st. And of course, DuroSVK as the third Fallschirmjaeger, so Airborne on Airborne. Both sides are, ready to get surrounded.
Indeed, and actually, something's really interesting here. Tell me a little bit more about what Corbeau is doing over here on the left.
So this is a rather bizarre deployment, as you can see. I mean, why would you deploy all these units towards the back? It doesn't make sense.
They're retreating. I mean, sorry. They're advancing in another direction. So why are they deployed like that, Rang?
Okay. Sorry, I completely lost my composure. Anyway. Okay, so the reason you do that is you pretty much got like a two-stage rush. You got the first stage of, the first wave of units who are going to come in. They're going to rush through and, get first contact and engage. And then the ideal thing is that the second wave will come in. And once the first wave has started to engage the enemy, these guys can rush through, stay in their vehicles, and just rush through all the enemy, dismount behind them, kaboom. It's kind of like a half-track rush, but you're doing it with soft-skinned vehicles, and we're just using the first wave as an extra armor to draw the fire.
Which actually on this map is almost more important than not, I would say, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a pretty good map for both divisions. It's not too open. It's going to be very well suited for light vehicle and close range infantry fights. But not too close range for third Fallschirmjaegers. They need to stay out of that 100-meter range to make our Fallschirmjaegers useful. But Duro crossing the bridge, getting the Fallschirmjaegers across, and leader jumping into the building, and here we go. And
there's some smoke coming off from the Airborne leaders. Interesting. And then there's
mortar.
Smoke coming off the mortar. Interesting as well. This is... wow.
All this bloody smoke, look at that. He's just getting right in there. That's perfect, because look at the Panzer 06, he can't really see much. And if the AB rifles can get in close, they can knock out the L6.
Yeah, and I mean, and this was a hefty point advancement. Like, this is kind of like a long throw of the dice, isn't it?
He's starting to get a little bit depressed, but here comes the second wave. If he can pull this off correctly, he can just rush through and get into the town. If he can just unload one unit, knock out the L6, the rest can move on. But oh no.
Nope, he's just offloading in the middle part of the field. Alright, well, ooh.
He gets a kill, and all the Germans are dead, which is always good.
Ouch. I take offense to that remark. I take offense. Elsewhere, things aren't going as swimmingly, though. We are going to see, actually, you know what? The Fallschirmjaeger is like, bro, I don't care if I get a little bit wet. This ain't exactly the Mississippi. And he comes across to chase after this last Airborne engineer. He's probably going to take him out pretty quick.
It's a rather pathetic river.
Yeah.
I think you could drive a tank across without needing, like,
skirts.
Amphibious things.
Amphibious things like swimmies.
Yeah, swimmies. I mean, Shermans just have like those little arm things on there.
That little engine booth, whatever you call them. Yeah, I don't even know what those are called. Interestingly enough, we've seen M22 being brought on out. You said to me at one point that Corbeau likes doing locust rushes.
Yeah, we've seen it once before we did a locust rush. Really, Corbeau just likes doing rushes in general. I think if you were to give him like third armored or like a not rush stack, he'd find a way to rush with it. As we see this 101st deck, he's managed to do a pretty decent A-phase rush by doing a two-stage rush.
Yeah, it definitely does kind of seem like that multi-stage rocket, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely, I don't know, I've seen it a few times, not in replays, but in games, but I really like seeing it being pulled out. It's definitely a bit more technical to do than just your regular, fast moves to the enemy spawn type rush.
Well, the amusing thing to a certain extent was that's exactly how we had that second wave queued up, was to go back to, literally, that northernmost air supply.
Yeah.
But some like it hot, so what can I say?
But he has managed to get into the town, yo.
Yes, he has. He's given up some territory on the other sides of the map here. Looks like he's trying to contain that. What's better for him, though? Hold the town in the north, or to be more concerned about holding that 50-yard line?
I'd say holding the town up north is definitely more concerned, because holding the 50-yard line south and in the middle is pretty easy. It's just 2 bridges, and bridges are very easily defensible choke points to hold.
Even on pathetic rivers such as these.
Even on very pathetic rivers such as these, because, you know, these tanks are just a little bit scared to get their tracks a bit wet.
Well, these are light tanks, but they may not float as much. They're rated to, but they're not supposed to.
I think what happens if those light tanks will cross the river, they just, you know, get pushed by the currents, and before they know it.
Good point. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
We do have ourselves a German Jackson over here on the northeastern side, the Scharfschützen inside this windmill.
Just trying to snipe every last bugger he can.
You know, it always bothered me in that movie how we have the claims 2 Tiger tanks and 2 Panzer tanks, when clearly we have self-propelled guns. It bothers me so much.
Yeah, it's like 1 German tank in Saving Private Ryan, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because there's one of those tanks that doesn't even look like any German tank. I guess they're trying to like knock off a mortar or something.
Yes, well, there's a mortar they throw a Molotov in.
Yeah.
And thank God they don't have that in this game. I mean, otherwise there'd be a lot more martyrs in heaven. A little bit of a religious joke out there for you. Germans are going to take the center bridges here. Ooh, wow. But the Fallschirmjaegers, of course, disdaining it. They're tough. They're elite. They're just walking across the river. No big problem there. Interestingly, we have one Pathfinder squad who's just kind of hanging on out.
Oh yeah, he's just like, okay, if I don't move, they can't see me. I'll just spot stuff for the Mustang to shoot at, and hopefully they all die. Oh no, sniper sees him, and sniper shoots him.
Are they firing back? Fire back, you fools!
Oh, huh. I think he's out of range? No, he is in range.
Oh, if he's on range, the Fallschirmjaegers would be.
Yeah. Does he...
Seems a bit of overkill, though, using, you know, multiple 50 cals on a single sharpshooter. I'm just saying. Now, interestingly to the north, this Panzer L6, there's been a couple deaths already, and there's going to be another one pretty darn soon. Looking at the fact that Zooks just keep coming out, you cannot keep a light tank this close to the front line.
Nope.
And that's why.
You gotta be very careful when fighting against American infantry. Those Zooks can just reach out and touch you. Especially in a building, because when you're in a building, they actually have slightly better range than the advertised 200, because the building's like a bit longer. You know, it's like the building hitbox or some nonsense. I don't know how to fully explain it with the English lexicon.
Well, I've heard that size matters. Can we just leave it at that?
Yeah, size definitely does matter, Khan.
Okay. I mean, I've never heard that complaint myself, but, you know, just saying for a friend. In the meantime, though, M22 in the middle is actually also engaging another L6, and this is shocking to me. We were talking about this a little while ago, about L6s and M22s, that you said, at least for you, and I would have to agree with you, that L6s really, on paper, should be better.
Yeah, I mean, just as long as the L6 can get within 800-meter range, they can usually stress out the M22 Locust faster because it's an autocannon. But at range, the Locust does have the advantage because it can outrange said Panzer L6s.
And here's an interesting light cavalry charge here. Look up to the north, and oy vey.
Wait, is he gonna get past it? No.
Jesus.
That was ballsy. That was a bit silly.
Oh yeah.
That was a bit silly.
Oh, that's putting it mildly. Why didn't you just drop smoke down the road? Would have been perfect. But no.
It would have been perfect.
Nope. He refuses.
Nope. He just wanted. He was really desperate for that kill, I guess.
Well, it's one of those things I kind of feel like I'm looking at one of Tick's videos with the North Africa campaign. Where the Brits mount a cavalry charge and the Germans kind of see them off in the old way, to quote Wellington.
Yeah. They're called cavalry tanks for a reason, I guess.
Yeah, but there's squares of infantry against you. Cavalry does not charge squares.
Yeah, if it was... yeah, in modern times and old times, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like bayonet beats horse. I've seen that before. In the north, though, so Germans, are they bringing any kind of thing to help reduce this town? Doesn't look like it.
They really do need some fire support, because Duro, I mean, he's just doing frontal assaults, and he's slowly written them down, and when it comes to attrition warfare, Duro's going to be an advantage. He has more infantry, and the more points later on. Corbeau should be, I mean, not anytime soon, but he should eventually start running out of infantry, as he's brought a lot of the A-phase cards. Oh, look down south.
Oh, God.
Tracks. Didn't even unload.
Oh,
What a
jeez.
waste.
He was down there
What
for like 10, 15 seconds, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Okay.
what a waste.
Oh, well.
Good kill, yo, for DuroSVK.
Yes.
But definitely for, like, up north, you need some artillery, some off-map, you know, just bomb it with Messerschmitt rocket planes once speed phase comes in.
You kill it with fire. I gotcha.
Just kill it with fire. You know, just, if you can't take a town, just burn it to smoldering ash and then walk through the remains.
I'm pretty sure Saruman tried to do that, though. It didn't work very well for him.
Yeah, it didn't work for him.
But, backing up half a second, though, even if he does reduce this town to the north, does that mean he actually gets his own territory back?
I mean, getting the town's a big step, but then Corbeau can fall back to the forest, and then he can fall back to the bridge. So Corbeau has really good defensive positions. That's going to be perfect for him in the later stages, as Corbeau's really going to be... He really just needs to defend for the rest of the match. He's got a nice plus run. He's very close to getting a +2 again. And
well, he's going to get that. Look at the middle.
Oh, yeah. There's no real reason for him to try to do like another crazy mean push. He's in very good positions already, and has a nice point advantage. So he just needs to get the plus run, +2, hold a bit, and then try not to lose too much territory once C phase starts rolling.
Well, that's always the question, isn't it? To kind of make it to C phase, at that point, yes, Duro is going to get a hefty amount of aircraft, but what kind of aircraft could really be ideal here?
For Duro?
Yes, sir.
Messerschmitt fighters, Messerschmitt rocket planes, I think. Those are going to be the two major key players. Messerschmitt.
To quote Daffy Duck, a whole mess of Messerschmitts?
A whole mess of, yep. A whole mess of Messerschmitts. You can never have too many Messerschmitts.
Now, it's interestingly enough, we are now into Phase B, so we're seeing a CGMC as well as a Command Steward coming on in.
Huh.
Which I kind of like. I mean, the Command Steward's going to hold up rather well to the north as long as he stays away from the softballs and the Panzerfausts.
And the GMC's good call in, as that is a fantastic NTA unit. And also it's really good at killing soft targets.
Yeah.
It's the best of both roads.
Yeah. Now, I'm looking up to the north. There's another L6. And actually, if you know one group you don't want to be a member of, it's the German tank crew in this engagement.
Yeah. Especially for giving an Italian tank.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? I've learned to really respect the Italian armor for what it was.
Yeah.
But I would not want to be an L6 right now. I mean, jeez, they get running frontally to like every single Zook nest.
Yeah, he's been losing quite a lot of them. It's a bit ridiculous. So this one's... It must be Neo from the Matrix. He's managed to dodge 2 of them already. And he's gonna get out of there, it seems. That's a bit...
I don't know that he is. Airborne rifles chasing after him, man. He's feeling noble, if you know what I mean. Very much a kind of a, you know, Knight to the Round Table kind of idea here. He's going on a quest. He's all over the place, man. He's going in. Oh my gosh. How many Zooks to the center of an L6? Is it 3? 1?
Is it gonna be 3?
2? A 3?
Oh no, he's on attack again. And he's
Oh, jeez.
Okay, you must get the kill this time.
Nope, never mind.
Oh my
God. Man, how many licks to the center of an L6? We will never know.
Christ, that is one lucky L6.
Yes, he is. Now, let's see. Down to the south, looks like the Americans have definitely stabilized. Kind of helpful when you bring in a anti-aircraft platform to take on infantry. Seems a little bit cheeky, but, you know. When in Rome.
When in Rome,
or France.
Aircraft guns.
And we have one lone Sharpschützen heading back to the Eastern Front, and he has absolutely no rifle ammunition. He's hunkering underneath the Flak 36. And we have a mortar, 81mm stovepipe. He's going after the American mortar, who, was it fair to say that guy's been a real team player so far?
The 60 mil?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been real MVP for Corbeau, dropping in the smoke early on, stunning up all the Fallschirmjaegers. He's been doing God's work, I'd have to say. Another 06 goes down, surprise, surprise.
And I can't help but feel that if the roles had been reversed, Corbeau would have been just all over that.
Yeah. If Corbeau was playing third, he would have already been the spawn by now for bloody L6s.
P-47, bombing run. Oof. Yep, and that's good for another couple percent right there.
Yeah. kick the Fallschirmjaegers across back of the river.
Indeed, he did. And let's see, there's still this 81mm Granatwerfer over here from the Germans, and I can't wait. I kind of feel like he should be shelling the other American mortar position.
Yeah.
Not the easiest thing maybe for him, but you know, we'll get there. Someday we'll get there.
Someday.
Mortar in the meantime, starting to, I always forget there's the Luftwaffe Jaegers.
Oh yeah, the disheartened guys.
The lightly wounded Jaegers.
Yeah, but they're not the best guys. Some people like taking them in third Fallschirmjaeger, some people don't. I think they're a pretty decent unit, as it's just nice to have some, you know, buffer auxiliary troops that's just a bit cheaper. Well, and they still got Panzerfaust or Panzerfaust Patron.
I was gonna say, yeah, man, they go to the clubs, they bring their own patrons.
Mm-hmm. Is that an aircraft machine gun in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Oh baby, you know I'm mounting an MG34 for you. I don't fire that fast though.
No. I'll keep it slow and steady. Exactly.
It may look like an MG34, but it shoots like a Vickers. I mean, 109's gonna start to get chased over here. Looks like there's a P-51 Mustang going after him. Okay, is he turning back into the fray? No, he's gonna move away. Oh no, he's still going. Despite the fact that he's mounting 50% morale damage already.
The supply truck up north just got dunked on by the German mortar.
Oh jeez. But that's okay. Looks like the 109's gonna get dunked on by the Mustang. Ride him, cowboy!
Come
and
on.
There we go.
Oh, so close to being forced to fall back, yeah, but those Mustangs are scary. Just because of how bloody fast they are.
Yeah, there's a lot of horsepower in there.
But it's a good thing Duro's getting quite a bit of AA for himself, because he needs it.
Well, what can be done from the American side in terms of artillery? I mean, this is 101st Air, this isn't exactly, you know, sextons galore, but what can be done?
Naval off-map.
True.
Naval off-map for 101st. And also regular, like, 203mm off-map. So, you know, once C phase, heck and B phase, you can get the naval.
Yeah.
Just bring in naval or off-map, just keep barraging and buy time. That's all Corbeau needs to do is buy time. And he's doing that fantastically, as Zero's been spending a lot of resources up north trying to uproot this town, and he's slowly getting there.
This is an absolutely obscene kind of question, but I wonder what the exchange rate is for time versus manpower.
That is a good... I guess it depends on what war. And Road
Yes.
War Run, they probably have a very good definitive archer.
Oh yeah, good point. It'd be cheap as chips to use your term.
Chips. Yeah, the exchange rate is perfect. That's when you really should have brought buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, these days it's not so much. You gotta really value people's lives these days.
Yeah.
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 Moral standards and all that.
We're no longer sending the peasants to fight our wars.
Yeah.
And looks like the Germans did overextend a little bit. You see the middle part of the field now, they're being forced back onto that compound. In the south, they have a single squad of Fallschirmjägers. In fact, Jungling, never mind, that's not Yingling, but it looks awfully close. Makes me very thirsty.
Yurongling? I don't know.
I'm not sure he's Chinese, but thank you.
This is where I don't speak German.
There are days I'm pretty sure I never did either, so don't worry about that. Oh yes, the LG42. I don't know why, but this little thing makes me happy.
Yeah, it's funny. And it has such a cool icon.
Yeah.
It's such a badass icon.
Well, it's so weird. It's like, okay, you know, it's like a pack howitzer, really. A pack howitzer with AP ammo.
Yeah. It's a nice mix between an IG-18 and like a pack 38.
Indeed. Meanwhile, there's the rather aggressive mortar in the middle. He's just going to kind of charge by himself. You know, lead by example.
And up north.
I was just thinking down to the south. Ooh, bombs away. And he takes another L6. Dear God.
Oh, damn. Those L6s cannot catch a break. Even the air power wants them dead.
There's an awful lot of air power to be dealing with, too. Now, there are so many Flak 36s. I'm surprised there has not been a hit aircraft just yet for the Americans.
Yeah, he really needs a Messerschmitt fighter on the prowl to try to shoot down one of those Mustangs. But at the same time, Corbeau, I mean, you haven't really seen any other airplanes for Duro. So Corbeau's pretty much in the lead when it comes to the air war. And he has a lot of those Mustangs. And those Mustangs are scary. So Duro's probably going to get some more AA out if he really wants to try to take back the air war, because he's going to need it if he wants to push back.
Just thinking continuously of kind of exchange rates, more or less. In your personal opinion, given a mortar with no resupply whatsoever, what do you tend to shoot at first? A anti-aircraft gun that has a possibility of getting resupplied, or infantry so you can immediately kind of push through?
If I was going to bring out a bomb and run, I'd shoot the anti-air gun, I'd raise infantry. But my top priority target is always anti-tank guns.
Of course, yeah, of course. I mean, anti-tank guns, yeah, you play with Rommel attack, I understand.
Yeah.
Scream the anti-tank guns and use the actual tanks for cavalry charges.
Exactly.
You know, looking forward to SD2, and I can't wait for to actually get a real release date out of that. Ooh, naval up map Colin. 356, yep, there's the naval.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of am looking forward, hopefully, to the idea of wide open battle spaces.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be rather different compared to the, the hetero hell of Steel Division 1. It's going to be funny to see how they work it out.
Well, that, and maybe some of the huge city fights as well. Like, I can almost see the entire map being just one giant city.
That'd be a really cool map.
Well, at that point,
I'd love to see that.
At that point, though, I think I'd just be using a ridiculous amount of Strogs and the like.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how they were made. They were basically urban assault vehicles.
All the stormtroops.
Yes. Yes.
All the rocket artillery.
Did CGMC go down a while ago? No, CGMC is still there. I'm surprised there's been no ground fire going for the CGMC. Oh, from the CGMC, rather.
Yeah.
Mustang. Very prospective shot. Don't know if he's going to make it, folks. He's getting in there. He's coming close. Long distance shot. It's up. It's going.
Oh.
I no. Wow. Literally one more burst of fire. I think he had him.
Yeah, that Mustang was so close. So close.
Indeed.
He was just getting sparks.
Now, one thing I didn't see is I didn't see the naval barrage coming in that first time. Was it any kind of effective or no?
Yeah, I think it did pretty good. It stopped Duro's pioneers from making much progress. And Corbeau, I mean, he's doing a really good job just buying time. I mean, he's down to just glider rifles now, which aren't exactly the best troops in the road, but he's buying lots of time. He's still at a +2 point advantage, and he pretty much controls all the points above the river. Yeah, he pretty much controls all the bridges on the other side, so he has lovely map control.
Now, I guess one thing I'm surprised of... So 101st, I always feel like they should have had a little more kind of line infantry coming in from the beaches, reflected over here in Phase C. Maybe that's just a miniature gripe.
You can actually build your...
Yeah, a little bit.
To be like that.
A little
for
bit.
example, with my 101st set con, I take all the glider rifles. I take all of them.
Oh yeah, but you also like playing, Bren group spam too, so...
Yeah. It just depends how you build it. Like, Corbeau definitely... did is to be very heavy A-phase, rest aggressive, and try to hold out to the rest. For the rest of the guys, gliders coming. The guys who can't jump out of airplanes.
Guys, the guys who were too scared to jump out of airplanes, they just crashed into the ground instead.
That's not as cool, man.
Again, you have to wonder about the idiot who designed all these weapon systems. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Danger close air. Okay.
Ooh.
Yep. That bombing run basically said, you know what? I'm pretty sure by the time the bombs get there won't be any friendlies left in the area. And you know what? He was right. And the Germans, not to be outdone, bringing their own off-map. Unfortunately for them, that 356 is just a teensy bit bigger than that 210.
Yeah.
And I almost can't wait to see what happens to this LG 42 up to the north.
I do like how Duro's starting to put some more pressure in the middle, because he's really not going to take his northern side in time. It's worthless.
He's not getting to the middle that time either. Look how many rows of trees he has to get through.
Yeah,
to quote you, I mean, the hedgerow hell is real.
It is a lot of hedgerow hell, but Corbeau's starting to run out of stuff, and in the middle, all he has to do is really knock out at M15, just get like a stug, and then he can push through and hopefully just, you know, make a lot of ground at the same time. It's hard to make a lot of ground fast with third Fallschirmjaeger. That's, you know, it's an infantry division. No half tracks.
That is certainly for damn sure. And honestly, with the airstrikes still potentially coming in constantly, like we have another 2 coming in? No, just 1. Another one coming in, she's going to take out that Pioneer squad. And if the Pioneer squad goes down before actually using Ausgebelterleitungs, ooh, there's a furball. The hefty furball.
Oof, Messerschmitt gets a good kill.
Yes, he does.
AA's helping out. I don't think any of the fighters are going to die, but maybe.
No, CGMC is going to cover, I think. Oh, wow, maybe not.
Messerschmitt, man's got a good turn in there, and
he gets him, wow.
Good kill. Very good kill. Really
deflection shot? No.
Oh, so close. If he could have got both, that would have been beautiful for Duro.
Now we would have cast our hats into the ice and cheered for him, I'm sure. But you can see right now his left flank's being rolled up.
Yeah.
And even with next to no anti-tank, it's an awfully big hill to climb back up. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it.
It's a little bit late for Duro, I'd have to say. I mean, it's definitely a very good play from Corbeau, just putting all the pressure up north and just rushing across the bridge. As I think it's one of the best strategies to do on this map, is just to make a really stupid, crazy rush across one of the bridges, and then just try to get a good bridgehead, instead of just doing this whole, like, stalemate. Because how this map usually goes down, it's just a bloody stalemate.
Yeah.
Between both rivers, and you just artillery one side and artillery other. You might as well just be playing a game of Battleship at that point.
I think you're giving an awful mean name over there to Battleship. Battleship's much more interesting than that grind that happens. You're absolutely...
Yep. But I think for Duro, what he could have probably done, maybe push middle or south a bit more aggressive early on, as he spent so much time and resources pushing up north, and all he meant to get back was the town. Like, it's not that much land he meant to get back.
It's like one more of those dumb little t-shirts. I killed a player character and all I got was this dumb t-shirt.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I spent 15 minutes trying to take back his town and all I got was 2% map control.
They need t-shirts for that.
They do need t-shirts for that.
Guys, hit up Paradox Forums. Let them know, please. Or Eugene Forums. I'll take Eugene Forums as well. One or the other. But yes, we're going to be ticking on down here. It looks like the absolute end. Looks like it's going to be a complete wash over here for Corbeau taking out DuroSVK in this first match. Like we did say, Duro is with us for another game come Thursday.
Yep.
And while the map looks like Homer Simpson, or maybe the professor, Dr. Squidward from Futurama, maybe there's his space tentacles.
Like, yeah, it's a bit uncanny.
Wait, oh jeez, this bridge is gonna get bombed with the light vehicle, and yep, he goes down. Dear God. Thereby proving that the Germans tried to push over a bridge too far.
Wouldn't be his map without a bridge too far joke.
Yeah, even though I really shouldn't be doing that. I would say I gave him up for Lent, but considering it's the holidays down here in the States, oof. Looking forward to picking up another inch or two around the middle in the next several weeks. Alrighty.
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Do Canadians have Thanksgiving? That's actually a cultural question I've ever known.
October.
It's in October, so you guys have already had it.
We've already had it. It's like first week of October.
Well,
or like first Monday, or first or second Monday of October. I forgot.
Well, happy belated Thanksgiving, Ring.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And in the meantime, Messerschmitt says, you know what? I think I'll just have a quick lie down on the ground. And DuroSVK, yep, he taps out. And wow, the KD was not close.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, 800 difference is quite a big difference. Looking at the history, as you can see early on, we can see the effects of that rush, just knocking out a huge chunk of DuroSVK's force. And it's pretty back and forth-ish, so Duro taking more losses, of course, throughout the... Oh, damn, like 22 to Well, 21 to 24 is brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And looking at kills, Thunderbolt bombed a crap ton, considering.
Oh, Naval Battery got himself 5 kills as well, and tons of suppression. And loss-wise, the worst guy would be that Scharfschützen to the north. That was it. He held the line, and other than that,
yeah.
ME-109 got 2 kills, and that's about it.
You're not the most cost-efficient trade yet for those Fallschirmjaegers, for sure.
The scary thing is that honestly, if Corbeau doesn't lose those 2 aircraft, it's a 2-to-1 kill advantage.
Oh yeah.
Literally, that's the only thing that's kept the KD even remotely close to each other. And then remotely is even a kind of a rather relative term.
Yeah, because those AB rifles and glider rifles are, they're much cheaper compared to the Fallschirmjaegers comparatively.
Indeed. So I think we're coming back. We're just kind of moving away from the water, I want to say, and Thursday's match, aren't we?
Yep.
Sounds good. Well, folks, in that case, then come back on Thursday to see if Duro can redeem himself. But for right now, this is Connor.
I'm Rangru. Take it easy.